drastically stop down aging. Dr. Oz reveals the #1 thing you need.
Now let me just blow your mind.
See the anti-aging strategy that keeps you looking and feeling young. Plus, ever wish you had a reset button to undo your unhealthy choices? Now you do. A do-over plan for a healthier you. Steps to reverse hard-to-manage habits and lose weight. Coming up next on Dr. Oz.
All right, today, get comfortable because I am revealing a secret. It's the #1 thing you can do right now to stop down aging. Now, this secret is so powerful, it may add more quality years to your family. And you know what? It's easy. Today, find out how to tap into your own fountain of youth. So, what is it?
Muscle is the new frontier in anti-aging. Cutting-edge research reveals your muscles not only keep you strong, they may also keep you young. But it's not just how much muscle you have, but how lean it is. Lean muscle with little or no fat surrounding it, can help you manage your weight, give you more energy, and help prevent disease. Simply put, the more lean muscle you have, the better you feel as you age. The more fat surrounding your muscle, the greater your risk for age-related declines in strength and mobility, diabetes, and heart disease. Today, the plan to increase your lean muscle and drastically stop down aging.
Bottom line, the #1 thing you need to drastically stop down aging is lean muscle. Let me show you why. Take a look at this image. This is a 74-year-old sedentary person. Now notice a couple things. There's major shrinkage of the muscle. There's the bone right there in the middle, but look at this thigh. The muscle is just in the middle here. And all this white stuff, it's fat. Even inside the muscle, there's a marbling. Frankly, it looks like ribeye steak here, right? There's no muscle left where there's supposed to be muscle. Now let me compare this image, not to a 20-year-old, but to a 70-year-old, basically same age triathlete. Now look at it. Compare these two. This thigh has all muscle in it. There's no real fat around it. The muscle is lean, this person's lean. And this muscle, when it's like this, burns fat. So the person keeps consuming calories, young and old. Compare the two, just look at them, you'll see the difference. Now let me just blow your mind. A 65-year-old and a 19-year-old should have the same endurance when it comes to running long distances. They actually looked at marathon times and saw that to be the case. So this is not some pipe dream. You can be this. The question is, what do you need to do to make it happen? So let's first look at what this lean muscle looks like in real life. I brought you a little gift today. I've never shown this type of anatomy before, but here is an arm that's, again, perfectly preserved. Now notice this donor didn't have much fat. There's not much fat on these muscles. Not just there's not much fat on top of the muscle underneath the skin, but there's not much fat in the muscles themselves. See how it's all pink? There's no yellow showings. And also notice one other thing. The muscles in the forearm are fairly small. The big muscles are up here, the shoulder. In fact, when you move more towards the core, and you leave the biceps that we're always working out, but instead go to the core muscles of the shoulder and your back, those big muscles, that's where the game is won and lost. And our friends at Bodies, the exhibition, donated this to us, but they're wonderful examples like this whenever we look at people who are really staying in good shape as they get older. So let's get to the anti-aging plan, because anybody can do it. America's top doctors and experts helped me put it all together. The first step is a very important one. Eat lean protein at every meal you have. And it comes from Dr. Robin Miller, a preventative medicine expert. Thank you very much. How does eating lean protein affect the aging process? Why is it so important?
Well, it's so important because every decade we lose about 5% of our muscle as we age, and we as women lose it really fast. Yeah. So protein actually breaks down into amino acids, which we need to make muscle. So it's really important that we eat lots of protein to build muscle, as well as make hormones, enzymes, and so many other things in the body.
See, before the show, I thought giving you advice about protein was just a nice thing to do. There's actually government data on this. One third of everyone who can hear my voice right now doesn't get the recommended amount of protein. That's a big gap. So how do you know if the protein you're getting is lean or not, if it's the right protein to get this anti-aging benefit?
Well, you know it's the right protein, that it's lean, if it doesn't have a lot of fat. Right. And probably one of the most perfect foods is egg whites, because it has very little fat, 6 grams of protein in a big egg. So it's a wonderful thing to have for breakfast to start your day off with lots of protein.
Right. Now you've got a bunch of other examples here. A shake?
So if you're in a rush and you can't do it, you can make a shake, either with whey protein or soy protein. It's a great way to go. And then for lunch, your favorite food, beans. You can get about 22 grams of protein in this dish right here. And then there's a turkey burger. A lean turkey burger has about 23 grams of protein. But you have to be careful. You need to make sure that it's white meat, it doesn't have skin in it, and if you're getting it frozen, you got to watch the salt.
And you got my favorite snack?
I love almonds. Great source of protein, wonderful to snack on during the day, keeps your energy up. And then we have lentils with pork loin. But the key is you want to spread it out during the day.
So give us a guideline. How much protein does the average person need to have in a day?
I usually recommend about 20 grams of protein per meal. So about 60 grams of protein. So the recommendation is for women to get about 46 grams in a day, men 56 grams in a day. But some people need more, some people need less.
I think that you should at least get 60 grams. That way you know where you need to be. All right, next in the anti-aging plan is walking. And this comes from Dr. Mike Roizen, Chief Wellness Officer at the Cleveland Clinic.
This is Dr. Mike Roizen from the treadmill desk. It's important to walk 3 to 5 times a week, at least for 35 minutes at a time. Throw in some 1-minute intervals at higher intensity. That's the best way for you to build lean muscle mass so you keep your muscles feeling young.
So any aerobic exercise counts. Natasha and Angie are both joining us. You can both stand if you want. So Natasha, how many hours a day do you think you're sitting?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind when sitting is the family dinners. So that's a big thing in our family. We try to make as much time as we can, but then it adds up. 6 hours at least, maybe more. If you count the driving, it could be maybe up to 8.
Yeah. Well, if you're less than 8, you're actually doing well because 8 is the average in America. That's not your goal because the average person sits too much. So I want to push that number way down. I'm going to show you why that's important today. But just remember that number 8 hours a day. When you're not sleeping, I'm not even counting sleep. You're 8 hours a day sitting in things that allow your muscles to atrophy and become like that older person's muscles that I showed in a little bit earlier. Angie, what's your favorite time of day to sit and relax and enjoy yourself?
After dinner, everything's done, homework, that's right before bed.
So the issue of being sedentary is that it sets up a cascade of events in our body. It doesn't remind our body to be young. So I want everyone to remember these rule marks. Dr. Roizen's pointing this out, 35 to 45 minutes a day of brisk activity, any way you want, to promote that lean mass, that lean muscle we're talking about. So let me show you a little example of why that number is so important, that 35 to 45 minutes. So normally in our body, we have both sugar and we have fat, and there's important sources for it. And the sugar is the first place we get energy from. So I want you to, what's your favorite activity to do as you walk?
As I walk, listen to music.
Listen to music, perfect, okay. Let's say you listen to music and go ahead, I want you to take this.
Okay.
Now the body initially is gonna take the sugar and use it. So walk around fast, you gotta walk fast now, and then turn around and come back at me. And now you're taking care of the kids, you're walking around the dinner table, you're running errands at home, run back up here. And as you do that, pretty soon, after 20, maybe 30 minutes, you've actually used up all your blood sugar. Now, your body, especially the legs that are using the energy, says, well, that's too bad. No blood sugar, give me the fat. And then you begin burning away fat. That's what you want. Now keep walking. And as you walk now, again, briskly, your muscles start to burn all the fat around them. And as you burn more of that fat, walking a few times a week for that 35 to 45 minute magic time, you end up with fat that's eroded away. And your muscle, and please notice here, I'm uncovering your muscle beneath that fat. It's delectably placed because the muscle, once it's there, can enjoy itself. It's actually burnt away the fat around it and in it, so you begin to look more lean. I hope it's helpful. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
All right, next up in our plan to help make sure you don't age prematurely is one that I adore. If you really want to have an anti-aging pill, it's all about vitamin D. Now, there's a new study just came out showing that vitamin D deficiency has been associated with falls and muscle weakness as we age. My friends, that stops today. I just did an entire show on vitamin D recently, and we talked about the different ways of getting it. Just to review quickly, you can get it from things, obviously vitamin D pills are a great source, one of my favorite ones, but you can get it from fortified milk, salmon, sardines, tuna has it, eggs, shiitake mushrooms. But again, most people can't get enough from these foods, so you're back to the first step of just getting 1,000 units a day of vitamin D. In some cases, like me, you need more like 2,000, and I'm not alone. So start with 1,000 and move up if you really are deficient. Next in our anti-aging plan is resistance training, and it comes from fitness expert Chris Powell.
I'm Chris Powell, and the next step of the anti-aging lean muscle plan is to do resistance training at least twice per week. Now, resistance training is amazing because it stimulates our body to build lean muscle, and that's the metabolic engine of our bodies. Now, keep in mind, the more you do, the better the results.
I'm here with fitness expert Holly Rillinger along with Donna. So how often do you do resistance training?
I'm embarrassed to say that I do not do any resistance training these days, thanks to my 2.5-year-old.
The kids take your time, don't they?
Yes.
You know, we have so many good reasons not to do resistance training. We don't have time. We don't have money to go to a gym. We don't think it's important. I want to change all that because there are exercises that are easy to do, they can be done anywhere, and don't cost you a penny, that can actually build that lean muscle we're talking about. And Holly, what types of exercises do you recommend?
Well, you can do a lot of things. If you don't have equipment, you can definitely use your body. So I want you to think about stuff like push-ups, squats, lunges, maybe using a park bench, you can do dips. All of those things fall in the category of resistance training.
And how much do you need a week, roughly?
I mean, it depends how experienced you are. You're coming off of no training right now at all, right? Which is so easy to do. Everybody can relate to that. So I would just start small. Make a really realistic goal for yourself. So maybe let's shoot for 2 times a week.
Okay. And demonstrate one. Give us a squat, for example. Remember I showed you that arm? And the biceps weren't all that big, but the big shoulder muscles, they're dwarfed by the big core muscles you need for squats, down in the buttocks, the gluteus area. So demonstrate for us.
Yeah, so listen, we're gonna really hit big muscles here. Legs, we're looking glutes, quads, hamstrings. So let's get our feet just a little bit wider, right, than your shoulders. Let's sort of tip those toes out just a little bit. Now, I just want you to think about sitting down, right? So just take your hands out in front for some balance. Let's push your hips back and just sit down. Good. So we want to think about going, that's a very nice squat there you got.
I practice when I go to the bathroom.
There we go. All right, Donnie, yours look pretty good too. So what you want to do is you want to get down to about 90 degrees and then you come up and really squeeze your glutes, right? So let's do about 5 of those, right? Get down nice and low.
And what kind of weights should you be using?
Well, listen, if you're just getting started, if you don't have weights, just use your body weight. After that, you can start to hold weights in your hands. So I would say starting out, maybe 10, 15-pound weights. But if you don't have weights, how about water bottles, right? How about something in the house? Maybe soup cans.
You know what the best exercise of all is? At its very core, is one you'll do. So find one that you like. Too many women walk around thinking it's not important. You can get nice, lean, and without getting big and bulky if you follow some simple plans like this. Just try it out. All right, we'll be right back, everybody.
What's your favorite natural anti-aging remedy?
I am a big olive oil fan. My grandmother swears that a little extra virgin olive oil under your eyes will prevent wrinkles, and she looks amazing. I do it every night.
Share your remedy on Facebook.com/Dr. Oz. Next, are your cabinets filled with over-the-counter drugs? Are you buying pills you don't even need? Some of your medications may be doing more harm than good. Learn to remedy that naturally with simple pill-free solutions. Next. Stop pain before it starts. The paleo lifestyle. Could it be the solution for your pain? No pills, no gimmicks, and no more hurting. All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
If you open your medicine cabinet, how many pills would you find? Over-the-counter medications can be useful, but sometimes too much of a good thing may be harmful. So today I'm asking the question, are you taking pills you don't need?
Hi Dr. Oz, it's Raquel here. I want to welcome you into my home. I am that one-woman pharmacy. Let's take a look into medicine cabinet number 1, something to build your immune system. Motion sickness, ibuprofen, 81's aspirin, the pink stuff. Sleeping, dry eye, vaporizer, stool softener, that's a laxative, fungus on your nails, canker sore medicine. I can fill a filling. Medicine cabinet number 2. Allergy medicines, gas, diarrhea, antacid, antihistamines, nighttime cold and flu, leg cramp medicine. Dr. Oz, take a look at this. Whatever you need, I've got it in these medicine cabinets.
Raquel is here. Thank you for giving us a tour of your medicine cabinet.
No problem, my pleasure.
What goes through your mind when you're buying all those pills? What's your motivation for having so many?
I need to have them. If somebody's getting sick or somebody has a tickle, everybody's getting a cold, a stomach ache, I need to have that stuff right there at my
at your fingertips.
Right at my fingertips.
Look, I like over-the-counter pills. I like you can get them on your own. You can treat them yourself appropriately, but sometimes too much of a good thing becomes an issue. That's the challenge we always face. And there's a bigger problem here. Sometimes they do more harm than good. And that bothers me, when you're doing things to make yourself healthy and it has the opposite effects. I'm going to walk you through a couple examples.
Okay.
Okay, and if you're with me, we'll take you. Now, this is, I hopefully going to either have you take pills in a smarter way or maybe take less pills.
Less?
Because I've got some solutions that may help you there. Okay, first item, laxatives. This is an issue that you feel compelled to address?
Yes, they're my best friends.
Your best friends?
I like them.
What's the usual reason you're taking a laxative?
Honestly, Dr. Oz, I take laxatives when I feel a little bloated, if I have a big event coming up, I need to fit into a certain outfit. Laxatives are my friend.
I'm glad that you said that. Most folks are very shy about it. They don't acknowledge it. I actually think that's probably how most women find find out that the laxatives can be their friends.
Absolutely.
All right, so let me show you why I'm concerned about that motivation. And you know, there are times you need laxatives. Going to a big party is usually not one of them, but there are reasons why it works. So I built you a model of the body. This box represents all the fluid in your body. Now I'm going to point something out. You have in your body fluid, and then you have these little balls. See these little balls here? Those little balls? Those balls are electrolytes.
Okay.
They're nice and squeezy. They're supposed to be in the fluid, mixed around, and they are like potassium and sodium and salt, all these things you're supposed to have in there. And you have to have the right amount of water with the right amount of those balls.
Okay.
That's the norm. Well, let's say you can't poop, or more likely you want to go to a party, you feel a little bloated, and you just don't like the way you are. You take some of these laxatives, and you pour them into your body. And what do? They begin to fizz yourself up a little bit, but they do have the effect of making you go to the bathroom.
Right.
But they actually trick the body. And what they do is not just get rid of some of the poop, but you get rid of a lot of fluid that goes along with it. Now watch what's happening. All the fluid's coming out of your body, all the electrolytes are staying in the body. So you're throwing them off. It's not the right percentage. Instead of having the electrolytes swimming around like little goldfish in the fluid of your body, they're getting suffocated here. And when you have this kind of dehydration, now look at these balls. They can't move around at all. They're sticking to each other. And this dehydration can lead to all kinds of problems. Besides not feeling good about yourself, you'll feel weak and tired, but you can actually have seizures.
Wow.
When you lose this much and there's no more fluid left around the electrolytes.
Wow.
So,
Didn't know that.
So the question is, what are you going to do about this? And I have a solution that I think will help for the bowel movements. It may not help for the bloating all the time, but it's a good way to start the process. And it's called the crap diet.
The crap diet.
Never talked about the crap diet before.
Never heard of it.
Yes. So C stands for cranberries.
Okay.
R stands for raisins. A stands for apricots, and the P stands for prunes.
Okay.
So C-R-A-P.
Crap.
These are all dried fruits. Crap, right, thank you. Now, they're natural laxatives, each and every one of them.
Okay.
So use it, then make it part of your routine, and you may not want so many of those laxatives that cause that problem we talked about over there.
Okay.
Let me shift gears. I noticed your medicine cabinet, you also have quite a few things to take if you're coming down with a cold.
Absolutely.
Which can come in many different forms. So when you're not feeling well, when you're feeling under the weather, what do you normally do?
Honestly, okay, I'll take a decongestant.
You're honest about laxatives, so.
So I might as well, right?
Why not?
No, I love decongestants. I love an antihistamine, cough medicine, sinus medicine. I'll take it all just to get me feeling like myself again.
So I'm going to show you something that's going to, I think, change your perspective on this. And again, I'm particularly concerned when we've got combinations that don't work well. So there's a brand new study that came out looking at a big issue with decongestants and acetaminophen. These are very commonly taken together, and they're often now packaged together in products that have more than one element in them, which I think is always a concern.
Okay.
So let me show you why this is a bother to me. So let's go back over this congestion issue you mentioned. So what happens when you get congested? Let's look inside your nose and figure this out. You have these nice little blood vessels. Those blood vessels begin to swell up when you get congested, and they begin to leak fluid because your body's not feeling good. That fluid that leaks out forces those membranes to swell up, which is why you feel like there's a lot of mucus in your nose. So we take something called phenylephrine. That's one of the key decongestants. What it does is pull that fluid back into the blood vessels, get the blood vessels to shrink back down, and those membranes will all shrivel like they're supposed to. But when you combine them, you can breathe easier now, obviously, big passages. When you combine them with acetaminophen, you superpower it. And the blood vessels outside the nose, which are perfectly managed with the chemical that we just talked about, phenylephrine, now those blood vessels become too strongly squeezed down. In fact, the effect of acetaminophen on phenylephrine is 4 times.
Wow.
That's how much of a power it has in exerting its influence. So when you're taking a dose that's much higher, you can actually cause high blood pressure. Think about that. All those blood vessels squeezing down. Now there's no place for the blood to go. Your blood pressure goes up. And so now you're trading off a mild benefit for a cold with a major potential risk for your heart.
Right, and sometimes you get a little heart palpitations. Could that be it?
Yes, potentially. And again, I don't want to make that trade-off.
Right.
I'm making this a clarion call today because I think we can be more thoughtful about some of these combination drugs.
Okay.
And by doing that, you can avoid the side effects but get the benefits you desire as well.
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
She's happy, a happy customer.
I've got my crap.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, we're talking about taking too many pills. Sometimes it's okay to take one, but taking too many can be a problem. You can find more pain rather pill-free solutions at DrOz.com. I'll be right back.
Next, what if you could go from this to this, all by eating huge amounts of food that won't pack on the pounds? Jorge Cruise shows us simple tricks to deal with your hunger. High-volume foods that fit every craving and help you lose the weight. Coming up.
if you could go from this to this, isn't that fantastic? Or how about this to this? All by eating huge amounts of food. Jorge Cruise says that's exactly what these women did, and you can too. He's here with his high-volume foods that will not pack on the pounds. So how is it that high-volume foods help you get what these women were able to go?
Yeah, the biggest distinction out there is that obviously if we want to lose weight, we need to eat the right foods, but a lot of times what we think is we shouldn't eat at all. Because how many of us have heard don't eat if you want to lose weight, right? Or eat less food. But the trick is, what we're going to show everyone today is things that you can eat that are high volume, so you can eat a lot and lose a lot. Does that sound good, guys? Everyone? Yes?
Let's do it. Let's get to the foods. Coming back. The first is for everyone who loves fried foods. For example, like these onion rings. Don't these look delectable, everybody?
Well,
this little plate here, 356 calories.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of exercise if you're going to the gym, and that's a lot of food right there for such a small amount. It's very dense. So guess what we have here? We have pickles. Now, pickles are very crunchy, which I like at night, and this is what I'll eat at night, and they're baked with almond flour. It's kind of a magic ingredient that will make it almost like it's fried. And you put it in the oven, and we have the recipe on Dr. Oz's site, on your site. And it's amazing, and only 5 calories per serving versus 350.
These are really good.
Aren't they good?
Yeah. Let me just give you an example here. You can have 30 of these baked pickles for 72 calories. Wow. 30 of them.
And if you guys don't like pickles, as I know not everyone likes pickles, it's any vegetable, whether it's string beans. I go to some fancy Chinese restaurants, and they do the fried string beans. You've seen those, right?
Yeah, I have.
They're like French fries, but you can do it this way, baked with almond flour, and it doesn't raise insulin. It's a really great carb swap, I think. And then that helps us keep that belly fat away.
I think they're better than the onion rings in terms of
Good.
taste. Okay,
Good.
next for the pizza lovers. A lot of pizza lovers out there? Everybody. All right. This is a personal-sized pizza from a popular pizza chain that you all been to. 760 calories.
Yeah.
Give me the high-volume alternative.
It's deadly. I mean, it's just a lot of calories if you're trying to keep the weight off, you know? So we've made pizzas that taste and look exactly the same, in my opinion. I know they're a little dark on the crust, but they're made from portobello mushrooms.
A portobello pizza.
So you basically substitute the wheat and the flour. You're not even using almond flour. You're using a vegetable. Yeah. Super full of nutrients that we need for our body, with the mozzarella, the cheese is on top, and there's chicken, and you can put whatever chicken or protein you want on top. You can have all these, and you're still under from that.
Let's go through this. 760 calories. Each of these little portobello pizzas, 65 calories.
Wow. Super small. And so you can eat at night and feel good about not being hungry.
Most of us will not be able to eat more than 4 of these, let's say. That's 260
that's a lot of food.
In fact, you can eat all of these for 520 calories, which is still a lot better than what you would have gotten done with just a little bit, which is, by the way, how people who are thin stay thin.
Yeah.
They eat like this. They can't possibly eat 720 calories of these.
It's about swapping the carbs. It really is. You know, and now vegetables, you know, mushrooms are carbohydrates, but they're smart carbs. They're the carbs that are going to keep us healthy and young. They have no sugar, no hidden sugar calories. This is full of that, and that's what we got to avoid. And if we can carb swap like that, we're going to lose belly fat.
All right, next example is chips. If you love chips, small bowl of chips, 305 calories. Think of it, 305
calories.
calories.
I've seen this at night before. I've had this happen to me. And it isn't fun. You guys know what I mean, right? And then you don't finish with that because you also eat the whole, what?
Yes.
The whole bag gets finished because carbs make you more hungry. So what we did is we swapped it out for zucchini chips. And these, it's just thinly sliced zucchini with seasonings and baked. And they're really, really good. They're really crunchy.
So just to compare these again,
you know, very
over
light.
300 calories. This whole bowl here, it's 5 cups of zucchini chips, 110 calories. But you know what? Don't trust me on this. Pass it down there. Yeah, I mean, it's so
They're very tasty, savory.
11 months, grandson loved the zucchini.
Well, yeah, he says his grandson loves zucchinis.
11 months.
11 grandkids. 7 grandkids.
Let them eat the zucchini chips.
You better, we better cook up some more of these zucchinis, guys. We'll bring them down to you, man. Well, thank you. I love being a grandpa.
Now you're going to be the second time.
Now I guess now I have to have a second grandchild, but give me some time. It's not my choice anyway. All right, finally.
The drum roll. This is the big one, my favorite. This is my favorite.
But people trip up on this problem all the time, so
Well,
it should be a favorite.
desserts,
Yeah.
right.
You crave cookies, you crave cakes. This little apple pie here is so innocent looking, isn't it?
It's very cute, right?
Yeah.
It looks like it's perfect for Thanksgiving.
Well,
and Christmas.
You'd eat more than that most of the time. 411 calories. Let's see your high volume
So I
solution.
love this flavor. You know, it's what's in there. It's the apple, it's the spices, and it's all that. So what we did is with this secret ingredient, apple pie spice. It's amazing. Here, first taste it because it smells like the pie.
They sell
Tastes
this
like
everywhere?
it. and you just sprinkle it on top of air-popped white popcorn.
Where do you find this?
Any grocery store, they have it. You just look at Apple. You know, we have it on the website so people can find it.
All right, so once again, let's compare the two. 411 calories for the little slice of pie that's gone in 2 spoonfuls, but you gotta have the ice cream with it, so you're really in trouble.
Yeah.
You have 8 cups of this popcorn, 250 calories. You're still losing weight, and you probably can't get through all that. Thanks, my friend.
You got it, buddy.
So all these recipes for Jorge's high-volume foods on DrOz.com, and his book, The Belly Fat Cure, a wonderful tome, is available as well. We'll be right back.
Next, wish you had a reset button for your health and your weight? It's never too late. Don't let your health spiral out of control. Learn to manage those hard-to-break habits and reverse the problems. A do-over plan for a healthier you. Next. Stop pain before it starts. The Paleo Lifestyle. Could it be the solution for your pain? No pills, no gimmicks, and no more hurting. All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
You ever wish you could go back in time to before you let your health spiral out of control and you gained all that weight? Today's Truth Tube will resonate with anyone who wishes they could have a do-over.
My name is Jolene. I am 43 and I totally need a do-over. I would like to hit the reset button on my entire life. There's a picture of me in my house from a happier time when I was actually proud of how I looked. 5 years ago, I experienced a breakup. And it was sad, you know, I thought it was gonna last, and I don't know, I guess I've wondered what was really wrong. Like, was I not attractive anymore? After my breakup, I started a new relationship with carbs. I started to eat bread. I go to happy hour probably 4 times a week. You're like, okay, we're gonna be so good. Let's just get the fries. And then all of a sudden, they're gone. And then we'd be like, look at the menu, you know, we're like 2 glasses in. Well, let's have potato skin. Whatever they brought out, all bets were off. It was like, it's gonna disappear. I'm not even aware of how much I'm eating. Food has become my enemy. I lost some weight once and I gained it all back, and I feel like as I age, it's getting harder and harder to manage my habits, and I've gained 25 pounds. That's really bad. So when I look in the mirror, I see like these like rolls and lumps. See that? Not good. Those are not lovely lady lumps. I absolutely love curves. I want to get my curves back, reclaim my waistline. I want to be like rockin' body again. I kind of stopped exercising, and going to the gym was just not a priority. I used to be able to run up like 4, 5, 6 flights of stairs. And right now, running up 4 flights of stairs, walking 4 flights of stairs is exhausting. I'm breathing heavy. I already see that my blood pressure is high. I'm worried. I really wish I could undo all the damage I did to my health. I never in my life thought I would be at this point. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in my habits. Every single day, it's a battle with my confidence, my self-worth, my value, because I know there's a healthier way to live. I need a do-over.
Jolene is here, and I heard you say that you wish you had a reset button. How would your life be different if you were at the weight you wanted to be at?
If I could have like reset everything, I'd have more energy, like more health and vitality, and I could wear cuter clothes. And I know.
That's true, it's good. It's part of it, yeah.
I mean, basically, I just get to make sure that I age gracefully. Like right now is when I determine what kind of little old lady I'm gonna be. And I wanna be a healthy, vibrant, fun little old lady.
And this is so beautiful that you're saying all that, because I see that desire in you, and you say every single day is a battle with yourself.
Yes.
Right? You're continually fighting for the basic things, and you want to rewire your brain, but it's not happening.
No, it's not happening yet, hopefully, but you know, it's just kind of like I'm a creature of habit, you know, and like for me, happy hour is when it goes all downhill. And it's just kind of like I'm programmed to like do what my friends are doing. Like I have my 1-drink friends, my 2-drink friends, and my 3-drink friends, and then we just, I do whatever they do, and then once they put those things on there, it's over.
Do you have shot friends too?
Yes, I have shot friends, but I don't do that anymore.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So I think I understand a lot about what's going on in your life, because it is so typical around the country. We all do want restarts, do over opportunities. So I'm going to take it to the Truth Tube now.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes,
Come on back.
okay. I'm coming back.
So I didn't have to look very far.
Okay.
But there are a couple things that do concern me. We start off with checking your blood pressure.
Yikes, I know.
But you're not happy with your blood pressure?
I'm not happy. I actually had my blood pressure taken 6 months ago, and then I just blocked it out of my mind because I knew the number was really bad.
So can I show you and everybody else how bad the number was?
How about you show everyone else and I close my eyes?
You can close your eyes, but eventually, because the
I'm
truth
teasing.
too, I know you're going to
I'm
have
ready.
to. So
I'm
it's supposed
ready.
to be, again, 120 over 80, that's, ideally in that range.
Okay.
Yours was 157 over 105.
I know, it's bad.
Was it that high 6 months ago?
I literally blocked it out of my mind. It's probably this worse or the same, who knows.
Well, why don't you want to deal with that number?
You know, I guess it's like a little bit about being in denial. Kind of if you don't see it, it's not there. And I know that's not true. And it's just been scary. It's a little bit scary to think about what happens if I keep going down that path, which is why right now I'm really ready to make peace with my health. I am ready to take it on and figure out, just rewire my brain and figure out what's not been working and get on it.
We're going to do that.
Okay.
Exactly that.
Okay.
So let's start with how much rewiring we have to do.
Oh.
I was just, again, this blood pressure, we're going to get past that.
Okay.
The purpose of being able to do a do-over is because you can reverse these problems. So we'll fix the blood pressure and we'll reverse the issues that it would have otherwise caused you and prevent things that would have happened.
Okay.
We're going to do that together.
Okay.
That's the good news. You can undo all the things I'm talking about. This is true for almost everybody out there, by the way. Not just Jolynn. We can reverse these problems. You lose just 10 pounds, which I know you can do. We're going to do that this month. And that number will come back down towards the normal range.
Really?
That I'm sure of. But there's something we need to work on that's even deeper. The fact that you did block out that number. The fact that you're going on those happy hour explorations with your friends and you're hanging out with people that are triggering you. What are you actually thinking? I understand you don't have a plan, but when you are just about to give up on yourself, what goes through your mind? What's the treadmill in there?
It's kind of like one more bite or one piece of bread or, I've had two, let me have the third glass. It's just kind of like these increments don't matter, but I know they do, Dr. Oz. It's just, when you're out doing it, you kind of like.
You've used the word rewire. When we come back, I'm going to rewire your brain.
Awesome.
I brought someone who I trust a lot, I spent a lot of time with, and I especially respect his ability to do just what we're going to do, which is to give you a do-over plan.
Oh,
all right.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Tell us, do you have a favorite and effective belly-busting solution?
I found that planning my meals is a big help. Instead of relying on whatever's easy, I cook my food ahead of time. Healthy, natural, and effective.
Share your story on Facebook.com/Dr. Oz. Coming up next, wish you could go back in time before you put on weight and started making unhealthy choices? Retrain your brain to instill good habits and resist temptations with the plan for anyone who wants a do-over. Next.
Whoever said a doctor's visit isn't fun has obviously never been to the Dr. Oz show. Is that right? Make your appointment today. Go to droz.com/tickets and sign up for free tickets. You ever wish you could get a do-over? You could hit the reset button and go back to a time before you put on weight and started making unhealthy choices. Well, Dr. Michael Roizen says you can, and he's got a plan to show you exactly how. He says it's a crucial step to a successful do-over to ensure you'll never get the weight back after you're done the program. And what is that?
Well, the key step is preparing. That is, the first 7 days of a do-over plan are preparing for the do-over. You've got to rewire your brain. If you plan for it, we all do that. If you say, I'm going to take a walk with a friend, you're more likely to take a walk than retreat to the couch. If you say, I'm going to take healthy snacks with me, you're more likely to do that than have a drive-through disaster in the heat of hunger. So we want you to prepare, and that's really the first step in rewiring your brain is that preparing. Now, there's a second part of that first step. The first one is mental, thinking about what you're going to do. The second one is getting a buddy. So for the people at home, I want you to write down 5 people who could be your buddy. Don't choose one yet, but 5 people. For you, you won me.
Yes!
Oh my God. Yes. Great. Thanks.
So I'm going to be your first buddy, but just like he has assistants of the day, I need buddies of the day for each time you go to happy hour.
So step one, is to erase the damage already done.
So you've got damage, you've already told us, with high blood pressure. So we're going to arrest and ban 5 food felons. Simple sugars, any syrup, any non-100% whole grain, saturated fat, and trans fat, because those do damage. They raise your blood pressure, they change the way your genes function, they change your proteins. So we need to erase that blood pressure and get it back towards normal. We have a deal. If your blood pressure isn't pretty close to normal within a month, we're going to go on blood pressure pills, because your blood pressure is a little too high. Is that okay?
Agreed.
Now, I have confidence in you. We're going to make this happen. Let's go back to triggers for a second, because triggers are often where we obviously trip up, but we need to have ways of identifying the cravings, the triggers, and then antidotes to them. So Mike, walk through some of these.
So what we did is said, you've got some triggers, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so it could be, for people at home, it could be grandma's biscuits, it could be 4 donuts. What I want people to do is write down their triggers. So you've got to go back and find out, what is it that caused me to gain weight? Where did I break up? For many people, it is food. So if it's chips that are your trigger, now this isn't your trigger, but if it is chips, then you probably want something crunchy. So crunchy vegetables with some real peanut butter. Don't get it made with anything but peanuts, or guacamole. And this is special guacamole, no sour cream, none of the 5 food felons in there, just avocado and tomatoes and maybe some onions. Now, soda is another one, but Dr. Oz and his wife, Lisa, did a intervention on me for my soda habit, if you will. So right. I had, I think I was 24 to 36 of these a day. So they Skyped in on September 3rd, 2010, and I switched to black coffee. So you get a substitute. My substitute was black coffee. No problem. I haven't had one of these sodas since.
Good job.
Have you?
Now, well, it really is planning, because what you're doing is you're saying, I'm planning to have some of those crunchy vegetables instead of this.
Okay, next, this is a big one. This is actually Jolene's issue. So wine, what's the substitute?
So what happens when you have wine?
I like it.
And you go, the wine itself isn't the bad problem, right?
Right, it's not.
It's what you have, anything with it, right? So before you have, this has at least 1 stick, maybe 4 sticks of butter in this little thing. I mean, it's horrible. So before you have anything after wine, I want you to consume 3 glasses of water. Can you do that?
I can do that.
Okay, and then with the 4th glass, I want you to break this open and sink it in there. So that it really is pretty disgusting.
They won't let me back in the place.
They'll let you back in. If you pay for it, they'll let you back in. So the key is, in fact, making it so that your triggers don't disable you.
Okay, now, the one other thing we're going to go over is the 4 building blocks for all meals. You said to me that you get lost. It's like a deer in the headlights. I just want you to remember this one little lesson. The triggers are your big tip. But these 4 building blocks, Mike, walk through these, are simple, easy ways for you to remember what to do right.
So what we want you to do is automate your food so you can have these prepared in advance or nearly ready, so you don't have those drive-through disasters. So it's protein, vegetables should be 50% of the plate, some whole grain, and then some healthy fat. So we'll go over what healthy fat is. It's basically those the odd omega fats, omega-3, which is in fish and avocados, and omega-9, which is in olive oil. So those are the fats we want you to have, because they satisfy. And we want you to pick some foods that you love. So this isn't to deprive you, this is to pick some meals that you love that are ready for you, so you're ready for them.
Got it. I can do that.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, chicken. This is actually swordfish with broccoli, and again, the fats are in the avocado. You can have pasta dishes with vegetables, and again, you have a pasta sauce that will have the red olive oil mixture that Mike was speaking about as well.
So you see, there's a lot more vegetables there than there is pasta. So 50% at least being the vegetables.
Is there some pasta that's better than other kinds of pasta? Like, should I?
Only 100% whole grain. So if it doesn't say 100%, if it says made with whole grain, that can be a lot less. So you want 100% whole grain.
For people who have tried and failed before in the do-over attempts, what is the single most important thing they have to remember?
So it is the F word. So you've failed before, if you will. All of us have failed. You know, Baseball players get second chances. Golfers get mulligans. So we all have second chances. So the key is you've got to learn from your failure. In health, we don't forgive ourselves. We don't say we failed and forgive ourselves. We think the health is one way. It isn't. Yeah. So the F word is forgive. Forgive yourself today. Today is the rest of your do-over. Today is your second chance. From now on, you can remake your life with a second chance. You get a do-over. Everyone can have a do-over. And you can too. Are you ready?
I am so ready. You have no idea. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm excited.
You can find a do-over plan on DrOz.com on the Truth 2 page. Check it out. Be right back.
I'm excited. Thank you. Thank you very much. You guys are
awesome. Stop pain before it starts. All new Dr. Oz. The paleo lifestyle is praised for weight loss. Could it be the solution for your pain? No pills, no gimmicks, and no more hurting.
It's just been a game changer for me.
How to power pack your plate for pain relief.
We have to allow for a little bit of cheating. This is a margarita that was made with avocado. That's really good.
All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
So I saw this online and it made me laugh. It says, you look so much thinner. And then the other book says, thanks, I had my appendix removed. It's one witty approach, so hold the applause to weight loss. Now it's time for you, Casey. First, research has revealed that the number one thing you need to drastically stop down aging is to build lean muscle. Frankly, any resistance exercise works. For example, let's do a squat together. You want to do a squat? All right, everyone up, let's do this. So a squat works out, huge body parts. Squat down, knees shouldn't go past the toes too much, like you're about to sit in the toilet. Get down lower, right? And then you stand up like that. Let's do one more time. If you do this, it actually slows down aging. We find this from people all over the world, but we have more and more data on it. Nice job. You keep going. I'm going to teach. All right. Next up, we have some high-volume foods that won't pack on the pounds, so you can squat that much easier. Jorge Cruise revealed his tricks for weight loss. And you know what it was? It's eating high-volume foods. That way, if they're low in calories, you'll feel full and won't put weight on. For example, portobello pizza. So portobello is a wonderful source of a hard-to-get nutrient like selenium, also of copper. You add a little marinara, basil, arugula, grilled chicken, then a little bit of cheese. Each of these little babies is 65 calories. This pizza here was about 700 calories, which is what you sometimes would get if you wanted a single serving in a lot of places. You could eat everything in front of me for less calories than this itty-bitty little pizza over here. Take advantage of it. Finally, please be careful of dubious people online to make it seem like I'm endorsing their products. I don't. To see a full list of our trusted sponsorship partners, you can go to DrOz.com. I'll see you next time.